Okay, here we are at the Anthony Wayne Movie Theater with Betsy Metz. Betsy is opening tonight, or she's showing Able Danger, and Sander Hicks is here. He's going to be taking questions and answers later. Betsy, how did this come about?
This came about, it's a natural evolution of my movies. I was in touch with Paul Crick, the filmmaker of Able Danger, and he was showing it at the Bryn Mawr Film Institute last night, and so we were trying to coordinate it with my monthly movie showings here, the third Thursday of every month. They're free at 5 and 7. And so Able Danger is playing tonight at 5 and 7 and 9/11 for free, and we're accepting donations.
Is Kurt Weldon coming?
Kurt Weldon was invited. He cannot make it, but rumor had it that he might have met with Paul Crick for a breakfast.
Really?
So, yeah, that's what I've heard. So, I think he said that he had seen the teaser, Able Danger, so very interesting. Yeah, I'd be interested to talk with him.
Have you advertised it all?
We've advertised mostly on the internet, not in newspapers, although I have some people that attend the movies and they advertise on their own. I have a woman that went to Swarthmore College who advertises in her college newspaper.
Awesome. Alright, this is John Gold at the Anthony Wayne Movie Theater. I'm standing outside with Sander Hicks.
Hi.
How you doing, Sander?
Fine, John.
Sander is the focus of the Able Danger movie. I'm sorry, I forget which character plays you.
Adam Nee.
And how come they didn't use your real name?
It's kind of an artistic film. You know, it's partly based on reality and partly a sort of fictional take on reality. So yeah, they didn't want it to be like a biography, but it is based on a Brooklyn coffee house that is doing fair trade coffee and is also interested in 9/11 truth. So and they actually shot it inside of Vox Pop and around the neighborhood, and so it's good for Vox Pop because, you know, Vox Pop is my company, and and Vox Pop is in the film, so that's good. But I'm glad they didn't use my name because, like, you know, I didn't really have creative control over the script and stuff. So, you know, it's kind of you know, it's one artist's interpretation of how to go about 9/11 through a cinema noir sensibility. I
don't remember Tony Schaefer or Scott Philpott being in The Big Wedding. Were they?
No, The Big Wedding. Most of that Able Danger stuff came out right around the same time as the Big Wedding came out. So my book is The Big Wedding, but it came out. I'm pretty sure it came out. Yeah, before Kurt Weldon, Representative Kurt Weldon, did the Able Danger hearings. So in my next book on 9/11, which will probably be called The Indictment, I certainly cover Able Danger, and I've become more of a my-hopper and less of a cautious, conservative lie-hopper.
Excuse me.
In March, I think, May or March 2003, you interviewed 9/11 Commissioner Richard Benveniste on INN.
Yeah.
I have never got to see that interview.
Really?
Could you tell me a little bit what was talked about?
Sure, I'll reenact the entire 20-minute interview for you right now, John.
Thank you.
Well, it's you should check it out. It's online. You can see an edited version of it online, and it was just a great opportunity to expose how after the first day of hearings, you know, the first or second day of hearings, I got him to agree to do an interview with me on this scrappy little TV station in Tribeca, and I asked him about the fact that he had defended a CIA drug runner who was involved in Iran-Contra. Barry Seal.
Thank you.
And he admitted that, yes, he had been the defender of Barry Seal, and then he got very antsy, and you can physically see the discomfort growing in his body as I probe further and don't let him off the hook. He tries to change the subject, and I keep it on Barry Seal and Daniel Hopsicker and Muhammad Atta and all of Hopsicker's innovative research into Muhammad Atta and the Playboy lifestyle in Florida, and the interview kind of ends there. Richard Benveniste wanted to get out of there, and after kind of exposing that he was a historical
conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest, that he is historically on the side of the CIA, and has worked for the CIA as an attorney. Not for the agency per se, but for their asset, Barry Seal. You know, just sort of exposing that was enough for me. So after that, you know, I kind of let him go after that, and it was a long interview too. It was great. What's great about Free Speech TV and INN World Report is that we didn't have to break for a commercial. There was no commercials, so we eventually ran like basically a 20-minute version of that.
Is there anything new on Randy Glass? Justin Martell asked me to ask you to ask Randy to release his tapes. Do you know what he's referring to?
Yeah, Randy has tapes that he made of himself. He recorded himself in a secret hearing of the Joint Congressional Senate inquiry, which predated the 9/11 Commission. Randy, according to Randy Glass, who was an FBI informant with Operation Diamondback, Joint Terrorism Task Force operation, Randy Glass had some sort of recording device that he had on his person, so he made an illegal recording of himself giving testimony to Congress, to the Joint Inquiry, in which he talked about his foreknowledge and talked about his pre-warnings.
Right.
You know, this is the guy that was faxing Senator Bob Graham, and so yeah, so he's got those tapes somewhere, but he's been reluctant to release them. And Randy's going through a lot of problems. I've stayed in contact with Randy Glass. I call him occasionally. He's still on my phone, and at one point he was doing great, selling real estate in Florida, but that really just bottomed out. So last I talked to him, he wasn't doing so great.
How's the Vox Pop empire treating you?
Yeah, I don't call it an empire, John. Thank you. But, I call it a network. It's a grassroots network. It's decentralized. We're not invading other countries like some empires, but it's going okay. I mean, we expanded this year. It wasn't really the greatest year to expand, but we have a location in Manhattan that's coming around. We've been tinkering with the menu. We've got a great new deep fat fryer now. We're making some awesome French fries. So
if I came down to Vox Pop one day, would I be able to get a free cup of coffee?
Why?
Because I drink coffee.
Just for doing this interview on if you say you saw it on 9/11 Blogger, then yes, you can get a free cup of coffee if your name is John Gold. No, just kidding.
Thank you, Sander.
Sure, sure.
Right. I used to think Betsy's car was the ultimate 9/11 Truthmobile because it's a Porsche and because it's got 9/11 Truth on the license plate. And then I stumble across this car. You'll see what I mean.